must be what it's like when you leave the hospital for the first time with your child. That's a bit better. Okay, so I am now heading out to make what is probably the biggest purchase I've made in recent history, and that is a new computer. It's a little bit misty and smoky outside, and I'll be honest, I was lying in bed all morning and it felt like I was just breathing in. I was breathing in smoke. That's why it felt like it. Yeah, unpleasant feeling, to be honest. But I am gonna get some shoes on, get out the door, and hopefully get this computer on the go. Okay, I made it outside. I did not realise that it was raining. It's kind of spitting at the moment, but you wouldn't think, looking at the sky, that rain can come down. Anyway, I need to now head to the bank because, well, unfortunately this guy doesn't just want to give me his computer, but let's see how much I can take out of my account in one go. Okay, so I found the cash machine. Now I just need to take out X amount of money. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but whenever you withdraw money, it's like a pretty hideous feeling of, I don't know, it's like a massive hole has just been made in your pocket and the money's falling out. Anyway, you got to remind yourself that in exchange for that money, you're going to get whatever good or service you're purchasing. So in the end, hopefully it's worth it. And that is my goal with the MacBook Pro. Now, I've been worried about leaving my phone lying around places to get these shots, and I guess I shouldn't be so paranoid after all. I reckon I'll just quickly grab some lunch before I head over to this guy's house to pick up the computer. Lunch required, time to get back on the road and cycle over to where this guy lives. I must admit, when I went yesterday, I was a little sketchy as to whether this was all some sort of crazy scam to lure me into his home, but it seemed like a pretty reasonable ride, so I don't know, if you don't see this footage, that doesn't make any sense. Alright, time to get back on the bike then. Okay, I'm here. Alright, significantly cash lighter, but the rucksack's a little heavier, and I have a precious cargo to now transport home, which hadn't really crossed my mind when I set off, especially with the rain and the fact that my bag has a massive hole in it. But seems to have eased off right now. We saw a bit of sunlight. Let's try and get this baby home. Okay, it is still the same day, however, given how sweaty and hot I got, I thought I had to change my clothes, have a shower. You can still see, based on the hideous mess that's behind me, that it is still the same day. I apologise for that. I thought I would just quickly run down a few things about this laptop purchase. So first of all, the last laptop I bought was in university, and that met a sorry end when it got stolen, when my flat got broken into back in the UK, so that was a bit of a shame. and I didn't see any point in buying another one. I had a tablet at the time. It was, for those of you that live in the UK, it was a Tesco Huddle, and in all fairness, that was probably one of the best things I bought. It lasted, gosh, it must have lasted a solid 7 years before the battery inflated, and I think it's there. That's it. I need to throw it out, but I don't just want to throw it in the bin. Apparently there's like a special way to dispose of inflated batteries. I don't know. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time just using the tablet, and then I came here to Australia and I bought myself a little idea pad, which I guess you could call a laptop, but I don't know, it was pretty cheap when I bought it. The memory was really limited, and guess what? The battery inflated on that. I really don't know what I do to my electronic devices, but the batteries just seem to want to inflate. I didn't notice it at first, and then I couldn't shut the lid, and there was like the keys were sinking in. It was a mess basically. So it was a mess. It was probably quite dangerous. I got rid of that, and that's when I decided, okay, I need to buy something good. And at that point, I'd already started making these little videos, purely using my iPhone to shoot and to edit, and that was pretty good. But I guess I want to try and, help the videos gain some traction, and I thought, well, I don't have a laptop that works. I may as well combine buying a new laptop with something that will allow me to use some more advanced editing software and stuff. Now, even with those requirements, I probably didn't need this. On reflection, it's kind of an expensive purchase, but in for a penny, in for a pound, in for a cent, in for a dollar. I just thought, why not? Hopefully I can get something with a bit of longevity. It's gonna last me a while. Hopefully also, my friend said it'll be future-proof. That said, it does only have USB-C ports, which almost stopped me from buying it because I thought it'd be too prohibitive. But you can buy these handy devices, which are, well, fairly self-explanatory. There you stick your normal USB in, there you stick the USB-C into the side of the MacBook. So they're really good. Apparently you can buy ones that just have one USB and then a whole bunch of these, like some sort of serpent figurehead thing. Okay, I've been talking about it enough. I may as well try and show you guys so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, it's pretty neat. I mean, I don't know, I haven't measured how thin it is, but I'd say it's about a centimetre all round. That is a port for something. Again, you can tell I don't know what I'm talking about, right? These are the two USB-C ports. I guess there's people out there who are more familiar with those than I am. And I mean, purely from an aesthetic point of view, the Macs have it down. I don't think you can really argue with that. Even if you're like a die-hard Windows fan, you can't tell me that doesn't look nice. That said, I didn't buy this purely for the aesthetics. I mean, that would be incredibly shallow. That's it. I mean, like I said, this is by no means a comprehensive review. Perhaps what I'll do is give you a further update after I've been using it for a while, so I have a better idea. But I thought I'd just give you my sort of, initial impressions, I guess. So buying on Gumtree, would I recommend it? I am kind of a paranoid person, if I'm being honest with you. Overly paranoid, I'd say. But I thought on this occasion I would just throw caution to the wind, and I'll be honest, it was fine. It was really the simplest transaction. I mean, apart from the emotional torment of handing over that much money, it was honestly one of the simplest transactions ever. So overall, I guess I'd have to say the experience was thankfully really good. It was quick, it was easy, no hassle. Whether I got ripped off or not, probably. But hey, I'm sitting there with a computer. editing on it that I feel pretty happy with. So, you know, like I said before, in life, I think I've been caught up in this idea of trying to earn and save as much money as possible. And don't get me wrong, that is still a goal of mine. But sometimes you think, well, that's all well and good, and you do need money for emergency situations, like, I don't know, if something happens back home and I have to suddenly pay for a flight to go back home, or if I suddenly have to put a deposit down on a flat or something, then yes, you need something to fall back on. But in the same respect, you kind of need to enjoy your day-to-day life. And if you are fortunate and blessed enough to have money that allows you to, I don't know, travel, if that's your thing, or buy a load of expensive guitars, if that's your thing, or buy a season ticket to your local football club, if that's your thing, then I think you should allow yourself to do it. You need to try and make the most out of life and enjoy what you can, right? Okay, that's way too philosophical for a video about buying a MacBook. All I can say is thank you for watching.